everybody, I hope you're well today, and I am super excited for another epic interview with the gorgeous lady you see on the screen beside me. I'm going to let her introduce herself, and this interview is going to be talking about the power of silent counselling. So over to you, introduce yourself, let everybody know who you are and what you do.
Okay, so hi everyone, my name is Becki and I run CP Associates, which is a performance and coaching business, and I started that in January. And before that I was a teacher, and I started my business to spend more time with my gorgeous little 18-month-old daughter. Now silent counselling, wow, I truly believe things come into your life for a reason, and I was doing a course, I was on a Zoom call with Laurie Burrows, and Sam was doing a keynote speech there, and she just did the very, very tip of the iceberg with silent counselling, and I was like, whoa, I need to know more about this. And the reason I felt like I needed to know more about it was because I was diagnosed with postnatal depression after I had Ellie, and nothing had really worked. I'm not gonna lie, you know, for me. I know lots of things out there, you know, work for lots of different people, but nothing had really kind of hit home for me. And within 5 minutes, I was calmer than I'd been since Ellie was born. And so I thought, right, I need to know more about this. Oh my God, I need to know more about this.
So what happened? So that was because for anyone who don't know, that was, I did a post about it actually the other day.
You did, yeah.
It was the first time I ever spoke on the event, and I remember like I stood on that front platform, so to speak, and I could feel everybody's energy. What was your energy like before I got you all into flow?
Oh, it just felt really, weird, and I suppose quite disparate, because everybody was, I'm sure it wasn't, but the energy felt like everybody's there trying to prove themselves, and like, yes, this is what I do, and I'm the best at this, and yeah.
I picked up on that too. And it's sad that we have to feel, that people have to feel to compete. Totally. And then when you got yourself into flow, and after that training, how was things for you in your life after that?
They were better. I mean, it felt like I had control over kind of the day-to-day emotions, I'll say, and I felt like I was coping better. And then I started following you on social media, obviously, and you were saying about you were doing your training for silent counselling. I was like, no, this just, you know how in life sometimes, and I know more about that now, but we'll talk about that later, but things just happen for a reason. And I just messaged you and said, I'm doing this. And I remember you saying, why? I was like, because I want to do it for me. And at the time I was like, well, that's fine, because if anything works for me, that's great. And obviously it's helped me build my business now, but that's how it all started.
Do you know what? I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to digress a little bit, because somebody asked me yesterday, like, how can I put silent counselling into my business? Now, your business, just tell the audience a little bit more about the type of business that you do, and then how you integrated silent counselling into your practice.
Okay, so I empower women in their business or their career or their well-being. So on Wednesday, I did a strategy day with an amazing young woman. She's only 22 and she's got a business, and she's like, right, I need to sort this out. She's had the business for a year. It's an ongoing business she's bought. And I said, okay, right, so what do you want? So I went in obviously with the standard business stuff, but I said, you don't feel right. What's wrong? She said, I can't do this. I said, that's the limiting belief you know to be true. Let's get rid of it. And so I actually there and then did a silent counselling session with her. And she messaged me the next day saying, oh my God, I've put myself into flow this morning, work was so much better. I feel like I can achieve the world. And so although I'm working with business women or career women, it's just so important to look after yourself, because if you don't look after yourself first, you can't do any of the other amazing stuff.
I've just got major goosebumps. Like,
I have.
I honestly, that's just, because that's the thing. Even though she had the belief, and obviously as a reminder, it doesn't do anything for the belief, for the energy, like, and she got herself into flow and she felt better, so she could do it.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what holds people back, is the fact that they feel like that they can't, and they're walking in treacle. So that's my favorite thing I like to say, but you're not, that's amazing. I love that. I love that so much. So how, when you came onto the call, when you started, because we all do that, we go, yeah, I'm going to learn a new method. Oh, how exciting. And then we end up having our own little breakthroughs. How did you find the actual journey of learning and embodying the method?
Oh, it was incredible, because actually I'd never done anything like this before. I'm a musician by trade. I'm very academic. I've had obviously my teaching career, my business career before teaching. So everything I've done has sort of been like the traditional route, if you like.
Yes.
You know, the counselling that you go and talk to somebody about your issues. And I just thought, no, I need to just be open and respond to whatever comes. And I was a little bit nervous, I'm not going to lie, but you're just such an amazing teacher. You just say it as it is, and you're the kind of teacher I was when I was in school. It's just like, this is what you do. This is how we do it. And if you don't do X, Y, and Z, it ain't gonna work. So, you know, up to you.
Go on, carry on.
Yeah. So I was blown away because I had a couple of sort of mini breakthroughs in the training and for myself, and realizing what I was hanging on to. And that was really amazing. We were working with such an amazing bunch of women as well, and you feel
such a lovely vibe.
Yeah, but also it's just, you feel so safe with you hold that space, and you feel safe to be vulnerable and maybe say, well, I don't really get it, and you just explain and explain and explain until it's there, and just having that confidence to then go out and practice, and having the case studies and through kind of Zoom, and I did some in person as well, and that was exciting too, because you just really feel the energy. It's exciting.
Because I remember your case studies. I remember we were supposed to do this interview a long time ago. My shoulder keeps disappearing, guys. Apologize. I have to have a background because I'm not allowed to share my pictures on the wall anymore. So I need to restructure my office. So you had an amazing breakthrough with all your clients. Was it you that helped someone attract a 60K contract?
Yeah.
Tell me how it happened.
So
who was it? And I was go on, carry on.
So it was a client, and we were actually having a standard monthly call that I do with her, just checking in, you know, if finance is okay, that kind of thing. That's what I do with my clients, and give them, you know, as a self-employed person, sometimes it can be quite lonely. So it's nice to have that monthly call to know you've got somebody just to bat ideas off of. And she said, I'm going to London tomorrow. I said, oh, amazing. What are you doing? Oh, I don't know whether I'm going to go. Right, stop, what's going on? And she said, well, I've got these couple of meetings, but it's not going to work out, so I'm not going to do it. I was like, right, stop. this needs to stop now. So I did a bit of coaching with her, because obviously there was a limiting belief, and we know that silent counselling doesn't deal with that. It deals with the energies around that. So I did a bit of coaching with her, just talked her through, and then said, right, we need to release all this energy, because I can just feel it off of you now, even though you're, you know, the other end of the country. It doesn't matter, I can just feel it's all wrong. And we did the session. She released something from when she was 15 years old that she wasn't able to do, that she was holding on to, and she's 50 now. And she went to London the next day and won 2 30-grand contacts.
Wow.
And I was literally messaging her all day going, are you still in flow? Are you still in flow? Are you still in flow?
That's so lovely that you checked in on her, but my God, it's just like, it's just crazy how we have no, like, I'm not a woo-woo person. I'm not
either.
Yeah. But you cannot deny that we are energy, that we have this energy source in us. Is like when we feel good, or when we feel bad, or when we feel off, or when we feel on. And you can do all the mindset work. Yeah, 100%. You've got to recode the unconscious mind, but it won't work unless you do the body first. And the body is the most important thing. And she just, did she feel confident in herself? Like,
yeah, her whole body just went, right, I'm the CEO now, that I'd forgotten I was. I was just like, whoa, go girl, it's amazing.
Charged a CEO vibe. I love that. I freaking love it. So how has Silent Counselling helped you in your life as well as your business?
Okay, so my husband was one of my case studies, and I said, well, we'll try, because we might be too close and that might not work. But it did work, and it's completely changed the way he goes to work. He puts himself in flow every morning and goes off to work, and he's so much less stressed.
That's good.
Obviously comes back at home, and you know, it's a much calmer situation. And I had so many breakthroughs. So actually, you know, I don't mind sharing that before, Ellie, I had 2 miscarriages, and I was hanging on to all of that, and my mind's going, well, yeah, but you've got this beautiful daughter, and yeah, she's amazing, but my body was still hanging on to that, and then the release was untrue. And I'm doing a lot of work with Sam at the moment in Total Alignment Mentorship, which we'll talk about, but all of that, all the silent counselling, just being able to sort of go, right, we'll deal with that now. and it's released, and we feel the feelings and we release, and it's just great. And I think it's just allowed our whole family to flow and just enjoy life and the journey.
Yeah. Wow, Bex, like I remember your breakthrough on the training. So for those who are thinking, hold on a minute, how did you have a breakthrough on the training? I'm a big believer, based on my own personal journey, how I embody modalities, is that you can learn, but to embody, you've got to feel it. You've got to go through it to understand it, so then you can share it with the world. And so what I do in Silent Counselling is I don't only just teach it, share it, train it, mentor it, coach it. I will give you a session. Like you have to go through it. So that's what I do in my Silent Counselling. And I'm half a shoulder missing. Oh, that's my masculine side. Less doing, more being. And that's the power of Silent Counselling. It's all about the power of being.
Yeah.
And it was, I remember just holding that space, because there was like 10 of you, and I was like, right, and I could see you all. And it was so powerful to witness your breakthrough, because there was a few breakthroughs that you had, and it was so magnificent. It really was. I'm so proud of you. So what would you say to someone who may already specialize in energy work, or maybe someone who focuses a lot on career, like your type of people? What would you say to them?
You need it. You absolutely need it, because I found that with a lot of my breakthroughs, I wouldn't be able to actually tell you that that's what I was worrying about or holding on to. It was just something, a mess. And when you're asked to put it into words, you can't always do that. And sometimes we all know, especially as women, I think, you feel feelings, but you don't know why you feel them, or you just say, oh, I'm just hormonal, or this or that, or you kind of, you ignore it because there's so much else going on.
Yeah.
But with Silent Counselling, you just have that space to feel and it release, and it's just so powerful. I mean, I could tell you stories. There's another lady I'm working with at the moment who is working with me because she wants to do some work about her well-being. So my 3 things about my business are well-being, business equals success.
Perfect.
And so she's coming to me about her well-being, and she was so fed up with the job she's in. She's just gone and got a new job. It's saving her 300 miles of traveling a week.
I just loved how you took, I want to say, just going through your report, your assessment. I was like, because I was thinking, hold on a minute. Oh, there she goes. And I could see your growth. I could see your learnings. And that's what I love to see. I love how you learned as you embodied it and practiced it and executed it. And it was just, it was just magnificent. I love it.
I think probably coming from like a musical background, you can't teach music unless you do it. And so that's like you're saying about embodying it. You have to embody any modality, any kind of practical thing in order to be able to teach it. There's no point in me trying to teach somebody the piano if I can't play it. So there's no point in me trying to do Silent Counselling if I don't do it on myself.
You're so my kind of people. You really, really are. That's why, like my mentor, Daniel, always used to say, he goes, you're not exactly going to go to a doctor and say, there's something wrong with me, and he's not going to just different analogy. It's like someone going in, right, I want to be a doctor. Do you have any qualifications? No, I just want to be a doctor, because you're trusting someone with your health and well-being, right? Or it's like the time when I did go to the doctors and I wanted a particular type of medication, and the doctor gave me a book and said, pick one. I said, are you freaking kidding me? Like, no. What am I doing? I was like, I'm not doing it. That's why you got to embody it. So Becki, sorry, I had Bex the other day. Thank you so much for that lovely interview. That was so beautiful. I can't wait to do your next one. And that's it, guys. So if you want to know more about Silent Counselling, embodying it, or even if you want help with your strategy or business, reach out to Becki. I'm going to tag her on this post. And if you want to know more about Silent Counselling, how to add it into your practice and completely release everything that's going on that could be holding you back, then reach out and let me know. I love you, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.